Alright, let's talk about tracking food. Hang on a second. This is not about obsessively weighing or logging every grain of rice. This is about understanding how tracking actually works, when it helps and when it doesn't, and how to use it to get results without eating like a 10-year-old. Because let's be honest, most people start tracking, then quit the moment their app tells them they don't have enough room left for a Big Mac. Or maybe that's just me. Today, I'll break down the tools, the pros, and the cons. And even a few secret ways to use tracking that almost no one talks about. Tracking food simply means paying attention to what you're eating and putting it down somewhere. You can use apps like MyFitnessPal, Chronometer, or even just write it down somewhere. But the reason we track is not to be perfect, it's to build awareness. Research shows that most people underestimate how much they eat, sometimes by 20 to 30%. Not me though. Left to my own devices, I'd eat the cupboards empty. You might think you're eating healthy, but healthy doesn't always mean you're in a calorie deficit. Tracking, it bridges the gap between what we think we eat and what we actually eat. Let's go through a few ways to track, because not all methods are created equal. Paper or notes app. Write down what you eat and roughly how much. Perfect if you hate tech but still want awareness. Calorie apps like MyFitnessPal, Chronometer, or MacroFactor. These digital food diaries let you search foods, scan barcodes, and the app does the math. Calories, macros, and even vitamins. Just note, some features like barcode scanning may need the paid version of that. Photo tracking. Basically, take a quick picture before you eat. It's a super easy way to stay mindful without obsessing. So you scroll through your camera roll later, and it's basically a visual food diary. Hybrid tracking. It's basically a mix of all three. For example, track breakfast and lunch in an app, but snap some photos of dinner and snacks. That way, you stay consistent without burning out. The best tracker? The one you actually use. If it feels like a chore, you won't do it, and that defeats the point. Let's talk cost, but not just money, mental energy. Most apps have free versions that work completely fine. Chronometer gives you great accuracy, and MyFitnessPal's free plan still does the basics. But the real cost to most people is time and effort. Because at first, logging everything can take 10 to 15 minutes per day. But once you learn your usual foods, it generally drops to a couple of minutes. It's like when you first learned how to drive. It's clunky at first, but automatic after a while. Here's the truth. Tracking isn't just for fat loss. It's a mirror. It shows what's actually happening, not what we wish was actually happening. Like the last time I ate an entire jar of Biscoff spread and blamed the dog. I don't even have a dog. You can use tracking to lose fat, build muscle, improve recovery, spot emotional eating patterns, or just learn portion control. Because if you don't know what's going in, how can you expect to change the outcome? Tracking gives you data, and how you use data is what drives the progress. Let's be real, tracking isn't all good, but some of the advantages are you learn portion sizes fast, like realizing your tablespoon of peanut butter was more like 3. We've all done it. You finally see how much protein you're actually eating or not eating. It gives you structure, which also keeps you motivated, and it's also a powerful accountability tool. Disadvantages? It can definitely be obsessive if you're a perfectionist. You might stress about eating out. I've been there, staring at a pizza and thinking, how do I log this? And it takes time. Not everyone wants that forever. So here's my take. Use tracking as a tool, one of many you have in your toolbox, not as a lifestyle. My top pick, Chronometer. It's detailed, it's accurate, and it syncs with most wearables. Perfect if you love data, just like me. If you prefer simplicity, MyFitnessPal or even the Notes app does the job perfectly well. The number one main thing, consistency. You do not need the fanciest app. You just need one that you will open and use every day. Alright, this is my favourite. Let's get into some underrated ways of using tracking. You can spot emotional triggers. When you log a meal, you can add a little note, bored, stressed or tired. And over time, you'll spot patterns you never noticed. Number 2, calorie banking. This is my favourite. So what you do is you reduce your calories through the week and bank them so you can enjoy your weekend and still stay in a calorie deficit. Weekend awareness. You track Monday through Friday carefully and then use that awareness to eyeball the weekends without blowing your progress and still stay roughly on target. And that's how you turn tracking from punishment into power. So here's the takeaway. Tracking is not about control. It's about awareness. You can't manage what you don't measure, but you don't need to be perfect. Just consistent enough to learn your habits. Start small and use tracking to get better, not to beat yourself up. Drop a comment if you've ever tried tracking. Did it help you or did it drive you mad? See you in the next one.